Okay, here's just some hints on exam prep. General hints, you can take them or leave them, but they may help you as you get ready for the exams, either mid-year or end of year. Some general ideas. You really need to get rid of distractions when you're studying and really think about it. When you've got that final push towards the end of your end of the term or end of the semester for exams, you're really looking at maybe a three-week period. So in that time, you need to get rid of distractions, and that means if you've got a telly in your room, maybe not have it on, or wherever you study. Maybe leave your phone outside of the area that you're studying, and maybe just get off of Facebook for the next couple of weeks, just to kind of help you focus on what you need to do. You need to clean your work area. If it's messy and got stuff everywhere, you're not going to be able to study as efficiently. Your folders tend to get messy towards the end of a semester, so I'd go through and clean them and make sure they're all organised, and make sure you know what's going to be in the exam. So you need to plan your time. So in planning your time means you actually have to sit down and say, okay, for the next 3 weeks or 2 weeks or whatever it is you're going to study, this is what I'm going to do, and actually grab a diary, draw up a grid, whatever you need to actually plan your time rather than just hoping for the best each night. You need to work hard and you need to rest. So if you plan your time wisely, you actually can plan in rest time as well in there. You need to eat well, and you definitely need to sleep well. You need to get as much sleep as you can leading into the exams, and you need to develop a routine. We are very creatures of habit. And exercise is important, and that might just be a walk around the block, or it might be a jog, or it might be for a ride, or something like that where you can exercise regularly. Is very good leading into the exams. So let's have a look. Go through the tick list to see what's going to be in the exam. These are all on the website, and you would have been given them to you from your teacher. But go through the tick list to see what's in the exam. That's all they can examine. They can't examine anything outside of that. So you've got a general idea about what's going to be in it. You also know that we've gone through, in our tests, we've gone through everything that's in the course, and they're going to grab snapshots of that. You'll be given some old exams from past years, so you can see actually the kind of questions they ask and how many questions are going to be in a paper. But you need to make sure that you know everything that they could possibly examine. Highlight the areas on the tick list that you have problems with. So that might be something that you just don't understand or you can't remember, because that's where you need to start. Okay. As you revise and go through stuff, make up your 2 pages of notes. You're allowed to bring in 2 single-sided A4 sheets of paper. So I would start writing into them, and I might refine them as I go through with my study. But as you're going, you want to be writing down stuff that you get stuck on, and once you know how to do it, you might want to cross it off your list and take it off of your cheat sheets, or you may want to kind of leave them on there because you're not quite certain. Okay, use the website as a resource. All the screencasts there, everything is there, so you can actually work through the whole course and touch up on the things you need to do. Okay, little bits of effective study over a long period of time are far better than cramming. Okay, so if you leave this to the last couple of days, it's going to be a wasted effort. But if you start studying in little chunks of time early on, you're going to have enough revision time up your sleeve to make it easily through the exam. And the best way to do it is kind of work out 25-minute blocks, 25-minute and a 5-minute break, which will give you half an hour. So if you do 3 of them, that gives you an hour and a half that you can study. I'd be looking at doing 2 lots of these a night to start with, and then the second week of my revision I'll be doing maybe 3 lots, which gives me an hour and a half, and that's probably about as much as I go, because the exam is quite short, so you don't need to be studying heaps more than that. Okay, so work up to spending 1.5 hours per night in the weeks leading up to the exam. So that last week before the exam, try to be doing 1.5 hours per night on this subject. Okay, and if you've got more of the subjects that got the exams, you need to split that up as well. Okay, maximising the use of the time. Go through the list that's in the exam and make sure you know what's going to be in there, and that's those tick lists that you've been given. As you revise and you're happy with it, just cross it off the list. So there might be something in there that you can do, no worries. There's no point revising that because you can do it. Do a couple of questions and then cross it off the list, because that's something you can do. As you work through, you'll end up getting more things you can tick off your list, and therefore be more prepared for the exam. At the end of each day or each study time, evaluate how you've gone, and then maybe relook at what you're going to do the next night. You might not have got through as much as you wanted to in that night. But remember, keep to that 25-minute, 5-minute break, 25-minute, 5-minute break. Even use a timer. There's some really good apps you can get for this as well that will help you plan your time and time you, so you don't have to worry about looking at your watch all the time. Maximising your time. Everyone's got enough time. Everyone gets 168 hours per week. It's how you use those 168 hours that makes a difference. It's very easy to just just fiddle around and lose a few hours, and that might be just things like organising your table, looking out the window, or Facebooking. You might lose 3 or 4 hours in that and you've done nothing. Okay, so you need to plan your time. You can't get it back, and depends on how engaged you are with something, it's how quickly the time seems to fly. In your priority list, rank the topic with hardest to easiest. Okay, the hardest ones are the ones that you don't know how to do, and that might be from the topic that you studied the longest time ago, or it might be just one aspect of the last topic you've done that you just can't do. Put that at the top of your list. Okay, the ones that you can kind of do are kind of in the middle, and then there's ones that you can easily do with your eyes closed. You don't have to worry about really revising them much. Okay, schedule your time wisely. So do your 25-minute sessions, 2 by 25-minute sessions, avoid the marathon sessions, and have clear start and stop times. So don't go too late at night. Then also remember to have some stuff in there for unplanned stuff, a bit of flexibility, so you're not so rigid that something goes wrong then the whole world falls apart. But once you've got your priority list of the ones that are really hard, the ones that are semi-hard, and the ones that you can do, you start working at the hard ones first, then the semi-hard ones second, and then the easy ones third. I'd probably be looking at the topic that you did the longest time ago, do that all first, and then do the second topic after that. Now, if you break it into chunks, you can get this done quite easily in the time you've got leading up to your exams. You need to develop a routine. So I would grab an old diary or something and actually make up a revision timetable for leading up to your exams. If you write it down and plan it, you're more likely to do it. Okay, blocking time for relaxation, and each night go through the same routine. Go through the same routine every night. Get your gear out. Look at your timetable. Get ready for your first hour of work. Okay, make sure you get into this routine, and if you do it, you've really only got 3 weeks to the exams, or 4 weeks for however long you're planning. It's not a very long time. Okay, that's really only 20 days each night if you have the weekends off. Work hard on your first task, then have a break after the 25 minutes. When you've finished a revision session, which might be an hour, tick it off your timetable, then reevaluate, and then start your next topic. Okay, it's really worthwhile doing that. You might want to go grab a cup of tea or coffee at the end of an hour. That's pretty cool to do, but get straight back into your next topic really quickly. And you can actually get a lot of work done each night. You can also use your time during the day at school for planning and organising, so at night you can get stuck into it. Or even use your time at school even more efficiently, and therefore you've got more free time at night. The other thing you need to do is at the end of your study session, end of the night, look at your list and see how you've gone. Check off the things that you've been done. Check your cheat sheets or your pages of notes to make sure they're looking up to date. Evaluate your performance, adjust your timetable, and away you go for the next day. Okay, I would then clean my desk, make sure it's all nice and neat, stick the stuff in the bag that you need for your next day at school, then watch a bit of telly or relax, whatever you need to do, relax, and then have that reward time at the end of the night. If you stick to this kind of routine over the next couple of weeks, you'll be in a really good stead for the exams that are coming up.